Hi, welcome to choosing the right database for your research question. I was going to say, let's get started on the right foot, but the picture shows the left foot. But that doesn't change that it's really important for your first steps. Choosing the right database is really important. The first question to ask is who might be interested in researching your topic? So right now we have a question about sleeplessness or sleep deprivation and students and academic achievement or grades. And so education researchers might be interested, psychologists who are interested in mental health, and sleep is certainly a part of mental health, medical researchers who are interested in physical health. Both of those you might be interested in, maybe neither. So you want to, though, let your database choice be guided by, think of it as the way the major might look at it, right? An education major looks at sleep deprivation one way, psychologists might look another way, medical researchers look another way. So you also might ask yourself, who collects data on my topic? The Department of Education might, or surveys from trusted sources such as Pew Research. There might be other good sources out there that collect information that aren't necessarily found in our library databases. Let's focus on our library databases, though. Finding the library guide for the discipline that best matches your research can be found under Research Guides and Tools, and this is the library's homepage, and you'll see there's a bar at the bottom that says Services, Research Guides and Tools, about the libraries. You're going to click on Research Guides and Tools and choose the right one for you. We're going to choose Education, and on the Education Research Guide, some of the databases you'll find are Education Full Text, PsycInfo, Web of Science, and Pubmed, and we'll talk a little bit about each one of these. Here's the Education Research Guide with your friendly librarian, me, Eileen. And you can see here we listed all the databases that I pointed out earlier. First, I want you to look at this page and see if you notice a difference between the top search and the bottom search. Yes, you're right. The first one uses an asterisk as a wildcard, and the bottom one uses a question mark. What this tells us is that different databases have different rules. Some guidelines that you can use: keyword searching will almost always work. Boolean searching, that's using terms like and or, often work. In some cases, you actually have to select the Boolean searching option. And wildcard operators can vary from asterisk to question mark, in some cases a pound sign or a hashtag, but you can always check in the database to see what works best, so don't get discouraged. Let's look at Education Full Text. We had thought about using wildcards, but Education Full Text actually has a feature where it will suggest terms that are used for that discipline. So in this case, if you look at that bottom one, academic achievement, I started typing in academic achievement and it suggested academic achievement or academic performance or academic success or grades or GPA. And I'm going to choose that one because those are all terms that education researchers use. If I get too many results, instead of just having select a field, which is open to all the full text, I might just choose show me words that show up in the abstract. That can be a nice way to narrow it down. If you look a little further down on the bottom, you'll see search modes and expanders. You can choose Boolean and phrase searching if you like. They also have a smart text searching, which gives you some hints as well. So let's move on to PsycInfo. PsycInfo database is what you use when you're looking for information about psychology research. You can use keyword searching in it, but it really works best when you use the thesaurus feature. So this is something special that PsycInfo has, but it really works well because psychologists and psychological researchers have some very specific terms that they use. So in this case, in using the thesaurus, I typed sleep and I scrolled down and then I saw sleep deprivation is the term that they use. And the great thing about PsycInfo is if I click add to search, it will add that term to my search. So you can create a search by first starting using the thesaurus, finding the right term that you're looking for, and just creating the search that way. Web of Science is Web of Science is pretty easy. It uses asterisks. You can use Boolean. And if you'll notice, I limited here to at the bottom of the time span to the last 5 years. On all the databases you look at, you can always limit to the last 5 years, the last 10 years, or you can put in a date. Sometimes that helps you get the most recent research on the subject. Pubmed is also like PsycInfo. It's for specialists, but in this case, the medical specialists. And they, just like psychology researchers, have very specific terms. And so I use the PubMed Advanced Search Builder to just find out what term people use in the medical field. And I started with sleep, and then I started with deprivation. And it looks like if I do sleep deprivated, there's only 2, because I think somebody spelled something wrong. But look, if we're interested in sleep deprivation and blood, 246. Diagnostic imaging, 37. We're going to go with the broad sleep deprivation that has 11,000 hits, and then I can add into my search other terms like grades and GPA, because doctors do worry about things like sleep deprivation on students. So now it's your turn. Go to the research guide and explore some of those databases with some of the new skills you have.